Hey everybody, clearing. So I totally said my prayer. I did the pre-shuffle, but thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the Divine Masculines that joined me here? So an alarm went off. I forgot I had it set and it stopped the first 45 seconds of this. So I did pull 2 cards, but I've got one deck here for how the masculines are viewing the connection, one deck for what they would change about it, if anything, if they could, and then how they think the divine feminines are navigating everything at this time. So the first card we got was their hands are tied and they're feeling kind of trapped at the mercy of circumstances. Then I pulled the second card about what they change, and we got the Empress, so divine feminine. So yeah, masculines, for whatever reason you're feeling like your hands are tied with being able to come forward to your feminine, to these higher timelines. Even though the 8 of Swords feels like it's beyond our control, there are things that people in this position can do. It usually, you know, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy or self-sabotage in the making, because we make assumptions. So masculines, if you're watching, this can mean that you're making some undue assumptions about your prospects with the feminine, and they're not actually the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So please consider, masculines, that nothing is set in stone. Nothing is outside of your control. How do they think the feminines are dealing with this? Well, they think the feminines are walking away. So whatever's going on for the masculines, they feel like the feminines are not putting up with things anymore. The repeat cycles, third party, if that has applied or does apply. They feel like you're sitting pretty, feminines, and that they can't do much about things right now. What can we see for how the masculines are experiencing their connection with their feminine? They're throwing their hands up in the air and saying, not that they don't care, they're throwing their hands in the air and saying, I don't know what else I can do right now. So they really do feel like they're in a position that they might have to watch you walk away. And because I did touch on the self-sabotage, they might feel sort of like they have done this to themselves. I've had my good reasons, but I'm beginning to wonder if those reasons are that good at all. Wow, masculines. Okay, so they're getting opposite results to how the masculines thought they would. And the masculines that have felt like they've pretty much nailed it and done the right things, they still see that things are taking longer than they expected. And so the feminines are not at their beck and call anymore, is what I just heard. How are they wishing this could change? Wheel of Fortune. So they don't know when this lucky break, alignment will occur, but they're vigilant, they're open to it, they're wanting it, they're wanting divine intervention in this scenario. Oh, I heard, oh God, thou hast forsaken me. Wow. So these masculines are in a rainy day mood, I just heard. There's something here where they're wondering if you're the one that got away, feminines. What do they think the feminine is up to in this? Oh, 9 of Orbs. So they might be feeling your anxiety, feminines. They might be feeling like you're having to do things on your own, or they might be projecting their anxiety onto you. If you're doing fine, then they might be feeling like they're running out of time because you've changed up how you're navigating the journey. So they might feel like you're taking matters into your own hands because their inability to make a decision here has forced you into this predicament where you've got to take care of yourself and can't stay in limbo forever. So they kind of know this, and they're petitioning God to have mercy. So I'm just going to clarify what's going on the masculine side. What is this energy? Why are the masculines? We've got the Empress again. something to do with their abundance, the pursuit of abundance, or passion. It's like a swell of passion. The guardedness, they're rethinking how aloof they need to be and if that's the best strategy. I was hearing my person in my mind today, maybe not in real time, but in hindsight, he was calling himself an anti-seducer. I think that's from a Robert Greene book. But I was like, how's that working for you? And, you know, I did admit that I found him to be incredibly attractive, so attractive. But the aloofness, like, how's that working, right? It's like to a point that magnetic energy is good, but this Empress twice, you know, masculines, you're not meant to fight the urge to go towards your feminine. Your feminine is supposed to be magnetic. You're not supposed to feel that pull and then resist at all cost and try to out-magnetize. You're feminine. You're meant to embrace this journey. But yeah, they're feeling the pull and beginning to concede the ego is what I'm hearing. Oh, I just heard the guides say, this is what it means to meet your match. This energetic, it's so hot. What can we see for the heart space? How are these masculines experiencing? Yeah, they're seeing, there's so much slipping through their hands right now, it feels like. They feel like the love is here, but they're focused on so many other squeaky wheel energies, things that need to have their attention. What would they change, if anything? They would figure out how to listen to their intuition and balance out their emotions. These are all cups, Queen of Cups and Five of Cups. It's a lot of emotional turmoil. It's even more emotion than the King of Cups in the inverse, because this is like, they're really feeling love can't be this way. Their whole approach, they're rethinking it because it feels bad to them. How do they think the feminines, there's the abundance, the Empress for the third time. So they feel you're rising above this emotion. They're seeing you stabilizing and getting a handle on this to the degree that you're not going to sit and wait and remain in this limbo. They're seeing you about to get away, feminines. I can't word this in any other way. What can we see for how the masculines are feeling on their heart space for their divine feminine? Yeah, they feel needy. They feel codependent. They feel unbalanced. What would they change about that if they could? Oh, they feel like coming forward would be a temptation. They want to, but they're still telling themselves that it's the forbidden fruit for some reason. But this allure, this magnetism, this forbidden fruit, this taboo, whatever it is that's about your connection, that they feel is their weakness. You're their weakness. And they think that's a bad thing. Masculines! You won the lottery. If you found a feminine that makes you feel like they are your weakness and that to come forward would be the ultimate temptation, that's hot. Oh, masculines. What do they think the feminines feel about this? Indecision, exactly. Should I stay or should I go? Pendulum here. They feel like you're becoming the wiser and you're seeing the light in that you don't have to indefinitely be at the beck and call of your masculine. So I'm hearing this temptation isn't just a temporary temptation. What we're channeling here is literally the going all in, becoming not single, taking it to a new level. It's not that you just tempt them in some way, feminines. It's that you tempt them to change their whole lives for you. It's like just a sip and you're toast, is what I heard. What can we see for what they want to manifest in the connection? Passion, there it is again. for the second time, the Knight of Wands. They've they've got a fire in their loins. What would they change about this if they could? They would want this total transformation. They want the real deal. They don't want it to just be this repressed passion. They want to have unbridled passion. They want whatever this gridlock is to open up into forever. I just heard. I'm hearing I'm tired of holding back. And I also heard you know why we have to hold back. Listen to your heart. You do know why. This isn't just in my head to hold back. You do know why. So each circumstance, you will understand on a higher level why these masculines feel like they have no recourse but to hold back. In some ways, it's not just them being in fear. I see them shaking, holding the heaviness of the constraint, the restraint to not come forward. How do they think that the feminines are feeling about this? They think you know exactly that message. You know exactly why we have to wait or what still needs to play out. I'm hearing now it's worth the wait. So they think you really do know this, but at the same time, they do feel like you are getting strong enough, whole enough, balanced enough to be open to it not ending up that the two of you come together. They see you starting, energetically or otherwise, starting to consider the potential of other options. What are the actions these masculines are taking at this time? Oh, the Lovers, they are thinking 24/7 about your connection. They're living in this design phase, this other world, the energetic realms, the manifesto. Their minds are going hyper speed at how things could work out. They're searching for the answers. But it's not like analysis paralysis. It's more that petitioning the divine, show me the way. I heard the divine saying they're getting it. The masculines are like, I'm attuning to it. I'm starting to get glimpses here and there of the higher truth. I'm seeing this imagery where the birds are focused on the love, and then this is the prophetic future where you're flying peacefully in the sky together. What do the masculines wish would change right now? Something about third party. So whether that's on your side, feminines, or their side, the healing of that, the full release of it. So if divorces are at play, or other relationships, or even previous past relationship cycles or traumas or patterns, or infidelity or mistreatment in these connections, or the illusion of it, or the hurt feelings, they want all that to be sorted and balanced out. So they don't know if you can leave the past in the past, if these connections, in a 3D material realm sense, they don't feel that redeemable. Most people would just walk away after the tainted experiences in many of these, or the less than ideal circumstances. I'm remembering a song. I forget. It's by Celeste. Our love is tainted by the moon is the both sides of the moon. That song coming in right now. So with the third party situations that may have been a factor in some regard in these connections, even if that's past heartbreak from unresolved, unhealed connections or childhood trauma, it's still the wobble that has not stabilized to allow to be entrusted with this kind of a love. How do the masculines feel the feminines are dealing with that? The shadow. So it's not the devil in this deck, but there's a shadow side to this where I know that you know, feminines, that I know that you know there are two sides of this reality, the duality of this reality. So they know that it could go either way and that you always have free will. They know what this connection has the makings of, but they also understand that things can change at any given time based on your prerogative, feminines, and they don't know which route you're going to take. They are waiting to see. They are looking for the divine indications. They're hopeful these connections come into balance, into union, but they do see the potentials for it not to do that from your side of it, feminines. Now, you always think that the masculines are potentially not as invested, but what I'm tuning into here is a very practical energy whereby they want to come forward, but their hands are tied in certain situations, or they think they are. And so they are a little bit all or nothing. So masculines, you don't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to be no reply jerk. You don't have to be aloof. You don't have to be compartmentalized over there entirely. You can blend. But they do see how that's giving you a certain impression, feminines. And in many ways, they're not consciously testing you to trip you up. But they are curious if you trust the love as greatly as they do, and if you will resist temptation while the things are playing out on their side. What kind of a divine feminine would cave right before these connections are possible, is what I'm hearing. Okay, what can we see for the biggest issue the masculines are facing? The Knight of Pentacles, that they cannot invest, or for some reason they think they can't quite invest yet in these connections. They have to keep investing in themselves, investing in their foundation, investing in whatever it is that they feel like they have to do first. Maturing. What can we see for what they would change? Oh, the shadow side. That's interesting because both of these devil cards are the shadow in this deck. So what they would change is they would be unafraid to finally look at their deepest, darkest and to admit to themselves that they have been tainting the way they show up in connection because of this shadow side, because of the immaturity, because of the fear, because of the actions that they have taken in their past that they no longer are inclined to take. These masculines know that they need to do their shadow work, and they're hoping you're doing your shadow work. What that looks like from their side to you is that you don't succumb to rebellion or temptation. And what it looks like from their side is that they forgive themselves for doing really, I just heard, unlawful things. Okay. What can we see for the way they think the feminines are approaching this? Eight of Flames. They feel like you've got a telepathic connection on fleek. Like they really do feel like you get this. And that's why they're saying, I just heard, come on, baby, just stay with me a little bit longer. We've got this. Oh my goodness. So much telepathic messages from the masculines today. So put it in the comments below if you feel like the telepathy is ramping up or the energetics are ramping up. What is the solution to this challenge? Page of Cups, surrendering to the process, letting it flow. What would they change if they could? Crossroads. They would change the blocked energy between the two. They would ask you, this person is blindfolded, and typically in the Two of Swords, there are two decisions, but none of them feel totally right. So we're being asked to really drop into the deeper knowing with those things. So if they could change anything, they would actually say, like, trust your heart right now, more so than ever. I'm gonna too. going all in means being absolutely sure, I just heard. And these are the times that test us like that, I just heard. What do they think the feminines are feeling? Wishing on a star? They don't think you see this coming. How close they are. Look at this dolphin with the cup of love. So close, but she's looking up at the star, wishing, hoping, dreaming. And there that love is coming in. So these masculines feel like they're just holding back till the final minute. What is the direction in the near future, the next 8 weeks or so? Oh, cup of love. So there's that love offer. The I love yous. Oh, I just heard Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. So some may get a call. Some it may be a little bit more encoded. The masculines could work the word love into something. I'm seeing specifically a social media post with the word love in capital letters. So if your masculine puts the word love in capital letters somewhere, that's for you, divine feminines, but they're not quite ready to do it all at once. But there is a love offer here. Oh, I just heard the ancestors are backing this. Ancestors, aho. So yeah, they are, and there's fish here. So there's a real sensual aspect to it. Oh, I just heard pregnancy and fertility. What else can we see? Oh yeah, here's the King of Pentacles. So what they would change is the financial aspects, the material realm would be sorted, and they'd be focusing on this commitment. Holy matrimony, I just heard. So they love you. They want to choose you. They see their abundance, you, everything on the highest timelines as synonymous. These masculines, these divine masculines I'm reading for, don't make your story fit if it doesn't, but these ones I am reading for, they cannot wait. From what can we see for how they think the feminine? Well, Seeker of Crystals, they feel like you're waiting for things to kick off in the physical. They feel like you know it's only a matter of time or what would be needed in order for this to kick off. But the Seeker of Crystals is just the Page of Crystals, so they know that you're waiting in patient kindness for whether this is going to go that way or not. Let's see, what can we get? One card, a little bit more from the masculines. This is from a higher perspective of the masculines, so not from the masculines, but what do the feminines need to know about the masculines right now? Take time out in the neutral position, brown bear spirit. So there is a transformation. We saw the death card. Was that in the upright or the inverse? That was in the inverse. So this is a timing thing. It is in the works right now. Like it is, oh, that's a 9 card. So we're getting close to it being go time here. What do the masculines need to know about the feminines right now? A rebirth is assured. So your feminine, you know, if this is your divine feminine, for the vast majority, a rebirth here is assured, masculines. Godspeed. All right, many blessings. Bye for now.